you know whether you have any acting talent, any natural talent? Well, that's a tough question because talent is very subjective. So in this video, I want to talk to you about several skills that actors have to possess in order to be a successful actor. And if you have a lot of these skills or can develop a lot of these skills, then that will increase your natural talent. Come right back. Hey all, I'm Doug Fall, and this is Augmented Acting. Good communicator. Actors have to portray stories and ideas to an audience. They also have to communicate regularly with agents, casting directors, and other people. And in rehearsals, we often have to explain really complex and intricate human emotions and circumstances to each other. So good communication is key. Actors have to be empathetic. They have to understand human nature, and then they have to portray human nature on stage or screen. So you have to be able to put yourself in the shoes of a character and understand the reasons why they do the things that they do, and that takes empathy. You should be a good reader. A big portion of your job is going to be reading. You will have to read plays and scripts. You will have to read casting breakdowns and emails from your agencies. At auditions, you often have to do cold readings, which means you get the script right then and there, and you have to be able to read it clearly, speak it, and portray it at the same time. So reading skills are very fundamental to an actor. Actors who have natural talent tend to be very quick-witted, funny, improvisational. They're always the life of the party. They have good comedic timing and good timing in general. Timing doesn't just relate to comedy either, but a person who is dynamic and the center of attention and can liven up a room is going to do well in the acting business. Actors need to be good at mimicking others. Now, I'm not talking about doing impressions, but if you play a famous person, you'll need to be able to mimic some of their mannerisms and speech patterns. But you'll also need to be able to look at somebody or listen to somebody and pick up what they're doing, especially if you do any kind of choreography, fight choreography, or if you need to learn an accent or dialect, or if you just need to mimic somebody's characteristics or mannerisms. Actors should have good memories. You have to memorize a lot of material, scripts and audition sides, monologues, music, all those things. Plus you also have to have a good memory for call times and shoot dates and schedules and all those kind of things that are on the business side of acting. Actors have to have control over their physical body. This includes nervous habits that show up at auditions and performances, but you also need to have a kinesthetic sense. You need to know how to pick up dance moves or fight choreography or even just staging. You will also physicalize characters that you play, giving them limps and hunches and things of that sort. Actors need to have control of their voice. If you're a singer, you definitely need to know how to sing and use your voice. But even if you're an actor, you need to know how to project to the back of the house. You need to have diction. Your voice is half your job. So you have to know how to use it and also how to protect yourself from losing it. It helps if an actor is a good note taker because you're going to be dealing with a lot of notes. Directors will give you notes after rehearsal. You need to be able to write down your blocking and notate it in a way that you can understand it. And you also have to be able to take the notes that you're given and translate them into action. Actors need to have patience. If you're ever on a film set, you get called at 6 a.m. in the morning, you don't shoot till 6 at night. You're sitting there all day long waiting for your shoot. And if you're in a tech rehearsal for a theater, you're going to be spending hours and hours sitting there doing nothing. You must have extreme patience. Actors have to be extremely adaptable. Sometimes other actors step into a role or an understudy goes on. You have to be adaptable to that. Sometimes your staging will change 100 times during the rehearsal process. You have to be adaptable to that. The director might ask you to try things different ways. You might not get to play the role the way you really wanted to play it. You have to roll with those punches and try things out. Adaptability is key. You need physical stamina. You need to be able to do the same energetic role over and over and over again, whether it's for a film, multiple takes, or whether it's for stage, 8 shows a week. And if you've ever been to a professional dance call, you'll know how exhausting those can be. So keep exercising. Actors also need emotional stamina. You will be digging into your own past, your own emotions to bring those into a character, and then you'll be reliving very painful and sometimes very happy emotions over and over and over again. You have to be able to be at that same level every single night or every single take. So it takes a little bit of emotional stamina to get to that place. And you also need to be vulnerable and in touch with your own emotions, because part of your job is to dig into your own emotions and express them outwardly for an audience. If you get emotionally drained very easily, you might not be the best candidate for being an actor. Actors must know how to handle rejection. Rejection is 100% guaranteed. You will be rejected probably 20 times for every time that you are rejected. It's all part of the business. You can't take it personally. Just stay positive, learn how to deal with it, and move on. You have to be a good public speaker. You have to be comfortable getting up in front of other people and speaking or performing, because when you're acting, you will sometimes have to perform for one person and sometimes have to perform for 100,000 people. You can't be afraid of it. Actors have to be excellent listeners, not only in the practical sense, like listening to directors and interpreting their notes, or listening to safety guidelines on set, or listening to the instructions that your agent gives you, but you also need to listen to the other actors that you're doing scenes with. And you have to be good at listening and responding. Listening is the majority of your job as an actor. Good actors also have a sense of intuition. This comes in handy in many ways. It comes in handy knowing kind of which projects to choose in the practical sense. It also comes in handy when you're working with a director, being able to interpret their vision and their instructions in a way that you can actually display to them. And it also helps you dig into the nuances of a character, the elements that are not printed on the page that kind of come from reading between the lines. Actors have to enjoy acting. You have to love it. It has to be your passion. It has to be your drive. You have to play at it like you're a kid. They say if you can do anything else, you should do it and not be an actor. And I don't know if I necessarily agree with that, because I do a lot of other things, but I love acting. You have to love it. You know you have some natural talent as an actor if you inspire others. If somebody has told you that your work has inspired them or made them think about something or changed their mind about something, then you may have a knack for what it takes to be an actor. You have to be imaginative, because you need to portray the truth in imaginary circumstances. So you have to have a childlike innocence and the willingness to play and explore. You have to be a team player and a people person. If you don't like people, you're not going to do very well in this business. Every project has hundreds of people involved in it. You'll have to work around all different types of people, different ethnicities, different age ranges, different sexes and genders. You have to be somebody that's easy to work with, otherwise you'll get a reputation and people won't want to work with you. You also have to foster a relationship with your audience, with your fans, with the people that come to see you and pay money to see you, because they are your lifeblood and your source of income. And then you have to take care of your health. Actors work long hours. It's very stressful sometimes. It's physically demanding, emotionally demanding, and vocally demanding. So you have to know how to take care of yourself. So keeping yourself fit, keeping yourself active, keeping yourself healthy is very, very important. Oh my God, I am dripping in sweat. It is so hot in here. So let's get out of here. I'm done for the day. Watch this video. See you next time. Bye.